stories tell of a golden age long ago, when our civilization spanned the system. It was a bright and hopeful time, but it didn't last.
There's something amazing about being able to have an idea in your head and to be able to have that eventually end up in front of millions of people, to have an idea for a space or an idea for what a weapon could look like or a character, and then be able to work with a team and create that, look at it in 3 dimensions, to be able to run around it, you know, even in a development environment, and then have it be part of a bigger world. I think being able to just in a sketchbook or, you know, doodle down, hey, this is what it could be like on Venus. You know, this is there's this academy, maybe there's this Vex temple, and then being able to myself jump into a game and run around it in 3D. I think that's the best part.
Even if you consistently hate on Destiny, which you don't gotta play by the way, it was a successful game in many regards. This game has received constant flack from the gaming community just because of what it's done in its yearly cycle, but Destiny has left me addicted and I'm anticipating the release of Destiny 2.
There's some amazing stuff in fantasy, like why can't we do both? Fantasy has this amazing property of legends and heroes and swords and weapons with these incredible names, and just bringing some of that feel into a sci-fi universe was you know, a big moment for us.
What's up guys, it's BruceN here, and today we're going to be looking back at Destiny 1 in anticipation for its sequel on September 6th. Destiny was met with yearly content, each improving the base game in various ways. It's a shame that DLC is required to make a decent game even better. Slated for a fall release like most AAA titles, and with a budget of supposedly $500 million, the Destiny writing team was met with some unsettling news one day. The 2-hour compilation of all the game's cinematics and key story points was deemed unfit for what the senior staff members at Bungie were looking for. It was labeled as campy and linear, and the writing team was forced to start from scratch all over again. What we have in our hands right now is the quote-unquote revised version of Destiny. However, this version was met with bountiful criticism. It begs me to ask the question, would we have been better off with the original concept that was first presented? A game that, in my opinion, deserves the title of ambitious ended up with such a lackluster plot, and it's just sad to see that we'll never see the original concept. The supercut of Destiny was met with mixed reception from different sources. Some say that it had the basis of Destiny but didn't do the game itself justice as a whole, others saying that it was phenomenal and that its focus on story was incredibly clear and concise compared to what the final product ended up having. Then there are the select few that said it was a complete and utter mess. I quote, "It was just a confusing, highly esoteric story that just didn't make any sense." In July of 2013, the story of Destiny was being worked upon again. The Traveler, Guardians, and enemy factions stuck, however the entire plot was rewritten from what it originally was. Certain things that were cut, however, weren't lost and forgotten. Certain characters and plot points were reserved for future expansions. One of the most mentioned plot points that were cut from the base game was how your Guardian was supposed to save Rasputin from the Dreadnought, an area that we won't be seeing until the Taken King expansion. Rasputin was originally an Exo that was being controlled by a Warmind. Rasputin was said to be the Bloody Exo in the early Destiny concept art that we got a while back. Osiris was also supposed to make an appearance in the game, found in a Vex temple on Mercury. The only presence of Osiris we have in the final game, however, is in the forms of Trials of Osiris, in which Guardians duke it out, and if your fire team is lucky enough, you get a ticket straight to the Lighthouse. Granted, you go flawless in Trials. The first 2 expansions of Destiny were The Dark Below and The House of Wolves. Both were met with mixed emotions from the players. The expansions added the Crota's End Raid and the Prison of Elders, as well as Trials of Osiris. The following expansion was the Taken King, which, like I mentioned earlier, breathed a whole new life into Destiny. It completely changed how the game was played. Things such as light levels for certain weapons were completely reworked, new subclasses were added for Warlocks, Titans, and Hunters, and finally the loot system was tweaked to reward players a little bit more for their hard work. The final expansion for Destiny is titled Rise of Iron, and it completely blindsided some players, myself included. It was one of the shorter sets of story missions, but with everything that it added, it was surprising nonetheless. It added practically a whole new side of Earth for players to explore. Destiny later released a true complete edition of the game with all 4 expansions for $60. Destiny received mixed reviews from gamers all around, with scores as low as 6 out of 10 via GameSpot, which I'd like to point out real fast that a 6 out of 10 isn't a bad score, it's still a pretty good score, to scores such as high as an 8 out of 10. From launch, there have been over 11 million game sessions so far in North America, and the game has shipped over 500 million to US stores. This video was inspired by the upcoming release of Destiny 2, and after playing the beta on PC for Destiny 2, I'm fucking excited to play the full game on September 6th on PlayStation 4, and then play some more in 60 frames per second on PC on October 24th. Thanks for watching this Destiny 2 video on the channel. Remember, if you're not subscribed, to hit that subscribe button and check out the other Destiny related videos that I have done in the past. It would mean the world to me if you also left a like and shared this video with your friends on Twitter, Facebook, whatever social media platforms that you do. And stay tuned for more videos like this. My name is BruceN. Peace.
Our fight is far from over.